Alright, so hopefully you can hear it better today. We're not going to do we're not going to do much groundwork today. The first couple rides we did some, but I don't want him to hang on that rope, so I'll get a change. Always when I'm asking, if I was going to ask for something, I want to take it through the lightness where I shouldn't have asked. But I'm not going to kind of drive him around. I kind of did the first couple times, just to see. You never know when you get a sale horse how much they've done before you got there. So you can only do what you can get done. So if I misjudge, which can happen, looking forward, good, that was light, then it'd be great for you too, because then it's going to get grumpy and buck me off, and then you're afforded to laugh. But like the guy once said, it takes a pretty good horse to buck me off, it just doesn't take him very long. So, and again, until we get shoes on, there's a lot of slow stuff that kind of actually works to our advantage, because he needs to spend some time. When I reach for him, that's a lot better, but he shouldn't walk off there. So I'll reach for him and get him soft. That's already quite a bit softer than the last couple. I'd like to draw this softness there through his body, but it didn't quite come out his foot. I'm just going to keep getting a soft heel and kind of take it to a maximum there and just keep rewarding this soft heel today, where yesterday I was drawing a little more on his feet. But again, I'm just kind of drawing this soft heel, wanting it to come out his feet there. And we can check him out going forward a little bit. Again, if he kind of gets a little too braced there, I might leg yield him just a little. That'll help him to kind of tuck that chin. There, he's a little braced, so I'm going to leg yield him a little bit. Help him to tuck that chin. Come off. Left circle. Little leg yield. Help him to tuck that chin. Now I'm pretty flat. I'll offer, and he got soft. Good. But when I went to pick up that rein there and direct to the left, he kind of hung on it. So I break it loose like a rusty hinge. I don't want him to lean on my hand. Okay. And if I need to there, like right there, he's a little braced, I'll break that foot loose like a rusty hinge, because he was drifting out a little too sideways. I could have got the hindquarters, but he was already drifting too far. So I'm asking, but again, I have the leadership role. And we'll get him soft, and we'll stop. He pushed just a little, so he's got to come back to my hands. There we go. 3, 2, 1, we'll release. Good. So already, and again, I could do so much of this just bending, waiting first side has more weight. I want to work on balance there. There, and that's a little straighter. Good. No, you're good. I didn't want a whole thing. I wanted that little thing about. Love the rest of it. We can save. For all the paying YouTubers, so all you watching YouTube, you owe now, because we're making you pay. Click that little thumbs up button if you would. If you don't want to pay, then, well, okay. I guess you just like wasting your time, but I would appreciate it if you would click that thumbs up button. If you want to leave a tip, then comment or share it with someone else. Anyways. Again, I want him to reach under my hand there. So he kind of got stuck with some energy, so my left front leg came in, and then he went to walk off. So I rock him back, open up. Rock him back. Good. Open up. Rock back. Okay. Open up. Good, release, and he walks off. That weight's always tipping out the front end, and a lot of times people spend way too much time going forward. Alright, he's feeling like he's going to wait. I had a little bit of block, but it didn't quite make contact. I just got ready to block. I haven't blocked, but I'm closer to blocking than I am here. And thinking about moving his hind there, that was nice. Didn't quite follow through with his feet, but it was a pretty good thought. There, it's pretty level. I'm going to reward that because it was pretty perpendicular with his nose and ears were level. Rolling at the atlas and the axis, even though I had thought about kind of going to his feet. I really want to reward that proper flexion when I get it. There's the hind, pretty instantaneous. Good. I waited just for a little extra flexion there. Bend, 3, 2, 1. It takes him a little longer. Flexion's pretty good. And if he started to get real quick, we might have to go back to this. Ears are level. Could be a little higher at the pole if I'm being picky. I know it's hard to see. I want to help. Maybe I could open this outside rein and leg. That didn't help him. That drew his mind. Good. There. And we're going to stop him because he's thinking to move his feet. I want to get that flexion first without his feet. Then we'll check him out the other way. Without his feet. It's like, how about my front feet? We worked on that a bunch yesterday and the day before. Walk. Walk. Yeah, I want to be able to bend his feet. It's nice that he can move his feet. Now we're open, so we're waiting on that front foot. There we go. And the first step I could have reached, but he kind of pushed forward on my hand. So that's what I call being greedy. My experience told me, which isn't always right, because every horse is different, that he might get a little better the second step, so I kind of held him weight. But if I'm going to do that, I want to get it through to where I can get that on the first step. But I always take 2 steps. Sometimes 2 steps then becomes 3 steps to have a proper one. Sometimes 3 becomes 4. I want him to reach out. There we go. Good. And then back. Don't push it. So when he quits tipping forward there and he can wait a little better, then I might go see if I can get, that was 1 step, 2 steps. They weren't simultaneous, but little by little, I can slowly start working on that turnaround, because he's going to need to get better at these front feet. For me, to be any kind of ranch horse, oh, that was a really nice first step, and he waited. Kind of pushing with his nose, so I'm just going to bend there, and then wait. not too much, but it is challenging him a little. It's like, hey. Like, I'm not sure about the wind blowing through the speaker. Hind feet, a little more hind, a little more leg there. Come on, put your hind. There you go. I'm going to wait for him to stop. Good. He's a little dull off that, so we might work our legs a little with our rein. Come on. We've kind of been just doing a step or so with the hind. Now I want to roll the hind a little bit. He had trouble with that on the groundwork. Roll the hind a little bit. There we go. Good. I'm not going to wait till he stops, because I don't want him to get kind of unengaged. I want to think about taking that engagement to the maximum. And because he was sticky, I'm waiting on life. If I get too much life there, then I'll wait for him to stop. Keep rolling behind. His front feet aren't great, and I'm not being picky, but I'm a little more focused on the hind right now, but I'd like his front feet kind of stepping out lateral, just a little more. I got ready to stop, and he didn't soften into that, so I had to set a barrier up and say, hey, quit pushing through my barrier. And I don't know if we've talked about it before, so I'll come up and see. Hopefully you guys can see this. But as I pick up here, there's a big muscle right here that he braces with. That's the muscle they learn to brace. It's not so bad right now because he's kind of halfway giving. But sometimes when I pick up there, rather than him soften at it, he braces that muscle because he's been used to kind of pushing on people, defending himself there. I want the level of my hands, like if my hands reach an inch, that means reach an inch there and get soft. But if my hands go a little further here, I want a little further reach. Again, I vary that. There's my barrier. There, you can come off of it. I want to be able to go slow, but then I want to say, hey, reach a little more. Good. And have him flow at that. I wouldn't call it a flow yet, but I would call it a big try for sure. One. Good. There's a nice step with the front. Two. Two was good, and then we fell apart. So we're going to take it back and get a good one. We got greedy. Again, it's okay to be greedy. Just know those limitations. So as I get greedy, I went too far. So 2 was probably the limit, but now I go back. That was on the right side to 1. We'll check 1 out on the left side. Felt pretty good. 1, and then he came unprepared. 1, and then on back. It's like a bungee cord stretching there. He took the stretch out of the bungee cord. Stretching there. Release. There. Release. Good. That was a nice little 3 individual steps. Again, 10 steps individually is a nice little turnaround. There's 2. I'm not going to be greedy this time. We'll re-prepare. Then we stretch out back. Good. Whoop. Don't go forward. Re-prepare. Good. Whoop. Don't go forward. So we try to go 2 as long as he's trying to push forward through them. I don't want to get in the habit of holding my left rein. I might block, but when that left rein comes up, like here, that should mean backup. So I don't want to hold my left rein and turn right. Then I'd be blocking him, see, from turning right. So we noticed he was a little right the other day above the flag. Braces a little bit. I'm swinging this rope. Gradually we'll get my rope down. I'm going to ask him to soften a little. Okay, don't get braced. Good. Wind's blowing this way, so we might kind of have a little hand swing. Good. stride. And just focus on riding my horse. Then I kind of get started on left, right. Kind of have to square up. Left, right, left, right, left. Don't push. Right, left, right. Just get control of those feet. There's so many things you can do going slow to get an awareness, to get them thinking about those feet. Lift a little off my leg, so I don't have to go far. I can always work on the softness. Here's your go. Good, I didn't have to kick him that time. Get him soft. Kind of watching the neighbors over there. Pay attention to me. Good. So anyway, hopefully you paid your dues. If you didn't, that's okay. I'll keep trying to pay mine and earn some dues. But I really appreciate the subscriptions. It's been a slow growing, but it's been cool to meet some new friends through here that I wouldn't have otherwise met. That I've already run into some people that were like, "Oh, I watched your video the other day." And yeah, that's an honor because again, it's about giving back and how I can help others. So hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to talking to you down the road. Happy trails. Enjoy the journey.